back for a minute, please. Number one ready to show.
Or maybe 16, whichever.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack's over there.
Business before charity.
Yep.
All right, shut up, please. All right, here we go. Or be quiet. Well, it may have been nicer, but we don't know those words.
No, we don't. We don't know those words.
Let me get started. Let me get it on, boy. Here we go. I don't know what episode, boy.
60 something.
Wow. Well, when we get on 666, I ain't showing up for that one.
Well, that's like 600 more to go.
Oh, we got official Jello Duke cameraman.
Social media guru for your show.
Oh, there you go. See what's going on live tweeting.
Yeah, I like that. Very low-ish. That was.
Very lowish?
Yeah, yeah. Always tweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. Hear the claps, you know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, unbelievable as always. As you know, we had a great week. We just come off a big fundraiser this past week. Not really a fundraiser, but a huge show in Spartanburg. It's a fundraiser for somebody. Yeah. We just don't know who. Somebody. But a big show there in Spartanburg, as we talked about last week. Well, this past week, Bullet was unbelievable. Went up to Thomasville. You know, every year that's one of the annual fundraisers for the Thomasville High School up there. But what was so amazing, and we always run into something, as you know, Bullet, of course, believe it or not, we had 80 degrees here, but up in Thomasville area, it was actually a big ice storm. And so the whole city was out of power, believe it or not. So what they had to do, which we've had to do a lot of times, they had to, at the last minute, take the show out of the high school and move it to the middle school. So you can imagine trying to get the word out and last second and all that. It was funny because the middle school had power. Right down the street, the high school did not have power. If you can even believe that, Bullet. I don't even understand that at all. But anyway, so we moved everything to the middle school. Had a great show. Had an opportunity to work with Bill Eady, one of my favorites, a match superstar, and a real easy match. It was kind of neat because his grandsons, first time they ever got to see him wrestle. So I had a great time with threatening them that I was going to beat up their pawpaw. So anyway, but it was the other way around. So, but what's so amazing? It was kind of spooky. You pull into town, every stoplight in that town was out. So people drive crazy enough with stoplights. So when every light in that place was out, but they still drew probably 250 people, which was very good considering. I don't even know how they even got those people to know that the show. A lot of the wrestlers didn't even know that the show had got moved. So a lot of complications. But anyway, we pulled it off. Raised some money there for the school. They call it like their Chair City Clash, and there'll be another one next year. Hopefully, no more ice, but we pulled that off, Bullet. And at a very special moment that night is someone had come up to me and had heard our comments last week about you talking about when you went up to Ring of Honor trying to better yourself, and you invested in that. And it was just a neat little moment when one of the guys in the dressing room come up and said that that's what they wanted to do. So anyway, people actually want, maybe one or two, but people actually watch.
Not only they watch, they actually listen.
They actually listen. So I thought that was kind of neat that he just came up and said that he had never heard a guy, and we've been saying, invest in yourself, whatever it may be, gear, or if you get the opportunity to go to some of these training camps. So with all that being said, I just thought it was kind of neat that somebody did hear your comment on that about investing in yourself.
Yeah, because there's so many people, once they get those tights, they get those boots, they get knee pads to get on a couple shows, and all of a sudden, I'm a wrestling star, and I get to do this, and I get to do all the favorite moves of the guy that I watch on TV, and then a couple people book you, and then because if you have a nice look, people put you over. I'm like, oh, you're a great guy, and and you can ride that for a while, and that's fun and all. But when are you gonna do something?
That's exactly
when are you gonna
right.
do the things, advance your career, get to the places you want to be, get on those big shows, as opposed to just soak up all this praise that you first get.
Yeah.
And as I've known, anytime somebody new pops up, everybody's all over him, like this guy because of this look and this, and all of a sudden,
exactly
2
right.
or 3 years later, all of a sudden, the bumps start to hurt. You don't work out as much. You don't tan as much. You don't work out as much. You don't do the things you need to. All of a sudden, you get kind of exposed. Then those people stop caring about you, and then you start going to those worse and worse shows. And if you don't invest in yourself,
that's right.
You'll just fall off the face of the earth. Or you'll just do, 17 bookings a year and say, oh, I've been wrestling,
That's exactly right.
You take 17 bookings in 3 years, and all of a sudden you say, oh, I've been a wrestler for 3 years.
That's right. And what's so amazing to me, Bullet, is, of course, when I started, the old-timers they would not share their knowledge with you. Yeah. That was against, and you didn't ask for it.
Well, really, there's so many opportunities to learn. And if you shut your mouth, then
that's exactly right. And
it's pretty open.
And that's why, as long as I've been doing this, that's what even me, when I got in that ring with Bill Eady, it was an honor to keep my mouth shut and listen to him and let him lead us. But that's just so amazing. You got a lot of these old timers now that that want to give you that knowledge, that want to share what they've learned with you, and people just don't go get it. And I never understood that. When before they didn't want to, and I was craving to have that, but now there's so many different opportunities. What I'm getting at, both to learn and to invest yourself.
Well, and also too, like I said, also comes back to your look and everything. It's as I get older, as my metabolism slows down, and I'm sure you understand it.
I sure
as
do,
much
brother.
as you've been in the gym.
I can't say it, but
recently.
I understand it.
Well, yeah, I've seen
Thank
the
you,
pictures
Bob.
of you working out as much as you have.
Yes.
But it really is, for me, it's become a part-time job to keep myself in shape.
It sure is.
And you know, it's really focusing on the diet and the working out, and it makes me wonder if I would have worked this hard when I actually
That's
had
exactly
the
right.
metabolism and everything, how it would have been. But, you know, the look's important.
It sure is.
And that, like I said, for me has become almost like a part-time
Well,
job.
you know, one of our good friends, Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Vaggett, 80-something years old, still very active, still moves better than I do. And, he says that to me all the time, that he wished that even, he takes real good care of himself now, watches what he eats and all that, vegetarian, all this kind of stuff. But he says what you just said also, and I love that he wished when we all first started that you would have thought like we're thinking now.
Yeah.
That maybe, and we preach that here, of course, at highspots.com and Ring Training Center, Georgia South Training School is, we want the longevity. That's all we're getting at, people. Okay? Not just invest in this for 1 or 2 months. We want the whole longevity of the whole, get a good career out of it, Bullet.
Yeah.
You know it? So, anyway, great week, boy. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. We had some of our guys go up to West Virginia last week. Believe it or not, it was worse weather in Thomasville, North Carolina than it was to the guys. We had some guys go up to Princeton, West Virginia, and there was no snow at all. Don't understand that at all. They worked that West Virginia TV taping that we go to all the time, and so the guys got a little bit of coverage up there. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on this week. Bullet, 3 days again. PWX, Bullet, we'll be there all 3
Club Rush
days.
on Friday, Hickory Convention Center on Saturday, and then back again at Ziggy's on Sunday.
Yes, a 5 o'clock show. Someone already asked me that. Emailed me, texted me, want to know what time that PWX show was Sunday. Of course, 5 o'clock.
Yep.
And we're right back in Charlotte with the all-girls show.
Yes, we are.
And just-
That upcoming Friday, Queens of
Yeah.
Combat. We'll be
Yeah.
back there in Club Hush. Not this upcoming Friday, but the next. So.
And I'm very excited about this. I'm going to be there, of course, boy. I know you'll be there, and it's just exciting to see these girls. Yeah, they're very attractive, but boy, they work hard. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's
And-
girls
and
that have been to Japan and England and all kinds of places. Former WWE. Former
That's
TNA
exactly
knockout.
right.
And it's so. I don't want to say odd. When we're talking about girls, I got to
Right,
be
right.
very careful
Yeah,
about
I know
words.
what you're doing. I know,
But it's
I
a
know what
very
you're saying.
big collection of different styles,
Yes.
different looks, different things, and all kinds of stuff, and presenting an interesting take on female wrestling.
Right, very good. And I think everybody will be entertained. Like I said, you got the good look. These girls work. I mean,
Yes.
they work hard. And like you said, a lot of them have been in the business for a while. And it's going to be a great show. It ain't just going to be little 2 or 3 minute clip matches. These girls are going to really, it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. Boy, great week. Before we get out of here, every week, my favorite part of this show, Bullet, as you know, is the famous idiot bag. That thing has took a life. It may have to start going on the road with us.
It
Bullet. We will charge it trans like the old timers used to
Yes.
do me. But this idiot bag is probably more popular than Stan Lane and Billie Jean's puppy when they bring it. That puppy outsells me at the gimmick table. But boy, we can throw anybody that we want to into this idiot bag.
And we
have, Bullet, and I may pull this guy out and throw him back in here. But there was a beautiful picture posted this week on Facebook. I don't even know who posted on there, but it was. I love when someone finds an old timey picture of two wrestlers, Bullet, and
where you going with
and
this.
they pull it up and they do it the way that we do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just right back then, Bullet. The old black and white picture, but it was almost the picture perfect body slam picture of Luthez body slamming Pat O'Connor, and they both worked together, and it was just perfect how he arched his back, very Jimmy Snookish in a way, and Luthez had him properly, and I just love that. And I made a little smart A comment, of course, about I wonder why Luthez didn't move his arm at the last minute behind the neck and slam him like we see so many people do.
Because when Pat O'Connor arches his back, if he's arching his back and he's moving his hand, he's going to fall. That's why. That's why. Why move it when you have him?
That's exactly right, Bullet. And of course, that famous comment, and I'm going to put the guy in the idiot bag, but everybody has seen Shawn Michaels do it. I'm putting Shawn in there because, Shawn's got a lot of money.
Kick from the
he'll
idiot bag.
super kick me from the
You
idiot
get-
bag.
you get
So
the
Shawn's
boot
not
come out
going
of
in there because someone had made a comment. Of course, they made it in Thomasville that they saw Shawn Michaels do it. What's so amazing to me, you see a million guys not do it, and nobody says nothing about that. but it's like they want to prove me wrong, and Dad, you don't work your wrestling television wrong so bad that they'll spot one guy doing it, right or wrong, and then they bring that up and say, well, Shawn Michaels did. And I always think about and shared with you and our TV viewers what Ole Anderson said, that if you saw Triple H take a dump in a ring, would you go do it? But when you reach Shawn Michaels, and I told this goof there that when you reach that level of Shawn Michaels, you can do whatever you want to do. But I promise you one thing, and that's why this individual, his name is John White, okay? And just a big outlaw guy, but he was the one that come up and said, well, Shawn, we were talking about it in the dressing room, is what I'm talking about. The guys love the picture, and then this guy come up and said, well, Shawn Michaels moves his arm. And so anyway, this individual will go into the idiot bag, Bullet, because but listen, you will not get, here's my whole point, Bullet, before we get out of here. You will not get to Shawn Michaels' level moving the arm. You understand what I'm saying?
And they bring that up, and I wonder if we look back on tape, and they're probably fans going to do this just so they can prove me
wrong. Like this,
but I almost want to look back in a sense, and I'll say maybe I'm right or wrong on this, but I'm sure there's fans that are going to do this. I wonder if in the early years of Shawn Michaels, if he moved the arm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head that maybe he did it, but I could be mistaken. But I'd like to think that maybe the early Shawn Michaels, the Rocker Shawn Michaels, the AWA Shawn Michaels, I'm almost thinking that he just did the body slam like that. And of course, once you main event WrestleManias, you can do what you want.
Do whatever you want. We're not going to question that.
We're not going to question.
Who are we to question? You guys own hunting show.
But maybe I'd like to think that Vern Gagne got on him because of whatever. But like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm going to probably investigate this myself.
I love that. I love that, Bullet. And we are always open here. We will never be standing to be corrected because, of course, we ain't never wrong. But
because we're open to be corrected.
We sure are. But you summed it all up, Bullet, as we get out of here. If you got it right, and I know people are tired of this one thing, but it just seems like that's the one move that causes the most controversy. And I have seen guys move their arm and seen guys fall straight down on their head, Bullet. I've seen that so many times. Guys
Bruno
get hurt.
Sammartino.
Yes,
the Italian
exactly.
Superman broke his neck on a body slam.
He sure did. Exactly right. So that's just a good, and we won't, we throw it out there and we hope people listen to us, Bullet, but I totally agree with you that I really believe that Shawn Michaels, pre-WrestleMania, pre-all that, really, I think that's when he still had his smile, okay? When he still had his smile, Bullet, he held it, okay? If you lose your smile, Bullet, there goes your career. But anyway, all right, great show this week, Bullet. Just another little comment, Bullet. I promise somebody else will do something stupid with another move next week that we will bring to everybody's attention.
Exactly. We're going to do some investigating. And I'm definitely not going to move this hand because it's holding the second greatest book of all time, which is now available at highspots.com.
That's good, Bullet. Very good. That's very good, Bullet. Ready to tie in the loose end, Bullet.
Just comes to me.